Hello, episode 8, done and dusted. Shorter one tonight after the one we had last night. And this time it is Lisa.
Yeah, it's good when we say who it was right up the front because there's been so many episodes where we forgot. I was thinking because it was like we discussed that it's a shorter episode tonight, shorter than usual. So I was thinking, oh, have they got like some twist happening? But no, nothing. No, they're down to the right
got the numbers
now.
left.
Yeah,
To have twists anymore. The math kind of works out.
So the fallout from the previous night, Lisa is on the outs pretty much straight away.
Yeah, and she's almost like narrating her own montage. Like she knows what happens when someone's on the bottom. They're, looking forlorn on the beach. They're last of the rice. She's watched enough of these. She knows.
I thought she was doing a good job just going to Parvati and just saying, oh, look, everybody's coming after you. You have to understand that. Because if they say they're not, they're lying. And Parvati seemed to have reacted like taking it personally. It's like, what are you doing? She's telling you the truth. This is reality. Everyone, including Suri sitting right there, is out to get you.
I don't know if Suri is.
I don't know what Suri's doing. We definitely will discuss that. I don't know what her game plan is. You think?
Yeah.
I think she's using Parvati as a shield, basically. Because she's just like, well...
I'm really not sure.
Because they don't seem to talk much or, like, really strategize much together.
No. Or we don't see it anyway. We saw when Parvati had told her about her advantage.
Yep.
So she's been quite open with her. I don't know if she's just hoping that she's going to be able to tell a better story at the end, or that Parvati will have pissed off more people at the end. I don't really get it.
Yeah, I don't understand what her game plan is. Because now this episode was the first one where I started thinking about, okay, you got to think about who is going to be in the final three with you and how you can present yourself better than them. And I'm just like, oh, with Parvati in there, that's going to be pretty tricky.
Yeah, and really, like, the players should have been thinking of that like a long time ago. About who they're with at the end.
Yeah.
I really thought she was at some point gonna take a shot, but yeah, I mean, it's both Luke and Parvati are a 4 now.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm guessing the next one to go will be Shonee. I mean, it's looking pretty predictable now.
Unless she wins immunity. I mean, they might have just been foxing there at the end with her being ahead. She has sometimes been okay at challenges in the past. I mean, she had a horrible go at this one. Yeah, she's kind of been disappointing all up.
All those Shonee fans,
Yeah, she, helped to get David out, helped to get George out, and has basically done nothing since except enable Kirby for 1 vote. Yeah, and she doesn't even... I know it's just her thing to sort of have a smile on her face as she goes about it, but she sort of hasn't even seemed to be trying to do that much. I kept hoping that there was a bit more going on behind the scenes, but there's been several episodes where we've barely heard from her, so...
Yeah.
Pretty much written her off, whether she gets to the final 3 or not.
Yeah,
she still might do it, but
where I thought if she's going to... It's like Lisa was left it way too late, but this is the episode... Because once they were showing, like, Lisa, like, they showed a lot of Lisa this episode, so I was pretty certain she was going. And I know that's not always the case, but but I just thought they're just giving her a time to shine before she goes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But Shonee, it's just like, come on, you had your chance and you've not taken it. It's going to be I'm pretty sure that tomorrow night she's going to be gone. Look, watch our video tomorrow night to find out if I was correct. But
that's the only way they'll know.
Yeah, because they can't watch the TV. We are the primary source of information here.
And Janine is really locking in with Luke.
Yes.
And I don't really understand her either. Like, she does at least have a few things she can say. Like, she did plant a few seeds, including the one that got mass voted out.
Yep.
But I don't I just can't see her talking her way through the final tribal. I mean, Lisa even talks about tonight at one point about how everybody else would have Janine at the end if they could, or that's how she describes it to Parvati, which is interesting because I didn't know if she would say, I didn't know whose name they would say is in that position, but she's almost kind of indicated to us that that's the person who everyone thinks is sort of the easy beat, or of anyone at least.
Yeah. So there was a lot of talk.
Doesn't leave many.
Luke pretty much puts it out there that, hey, yeah, let's get rid of Lisa. He actually had a discussion with her. So they had a very frank discussion, Lisa and Luke, and where it basically came down to, would you want to go to the final with me? And she said no. And he said, well, there you go, I'm going to have to vote you out then, aren't I? So he's pretty upfront about it.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to convince everybody to vote Janine out to break up with what she thinks is like a Janine/Luke power couple.
Yeah, I don't know about power. Well, yeah, I guess she was saying that. But I mean, how many options did she have, really?
That's true. There weren't. It's definitely not Shonee. But
Shonee was about the only other person she could have suggested, really.
It was interesting as well during the conversation between Lisa and Luke when she's like, "Oh, you got talking about all the things he's done," and he says, "I've only voted right twice."
Well, once. That was the first time, which is the truth. And yeah, that's although he has sort of upped his game a bit, he's still. Yeah, I don't know how he can say that he really needed to take out a big name. He needed to somehow get Sari or Parvati out, I think.
That's way too late.
I think there's still major chance, I think, that Parvati wins at the end.
I reckon there's a very good chance that's going to happen. I hope it's not as predictable as it seems, because it is seeming right now very predictable.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that all of the people that she's burnt are like, no way. No way am I letting you win this.
Is there anyone who's been really slighted, though? Like, I feel like Kirby would still disrespect it.
Really?
Who else? Yeah.
Cass?
Yeah.
Tommy? Sarah?
I don't know Tommy. I feel like Cass could. They didn't seem like they were dirty on her. I didn't see any post.
But if she had a choice between Parvati and someone else, I think she'd choose someone else.
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely a thing where people who have played the game at least once before, compared to the season you saw, there's a lot less, you voted me out, so I'm not going to vote for you. There's a lot more of sort of game respect game.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I definitely haven't watched specials like that. I could be completely wrong, and probably am. Let's be honest.
It doesn't mean that it can't happen, but they often need something else. And I'm not sure. What can you even say? Like, what has Sari got now? Other than voting with Parvati, like she definitely halfway through, she sort of looked like she was working something up. You know, she was sort of nurturing the world, the international crew a bit, and she definitely had Lisa in her pocket, but she in the end did nothing with it. She voted them all out.
Yep.
So what has she done? I really like Sari as well, but I don't know what she has done now. I feel like she's right. Yeah. I'm really struggling to see how
she could win it. It's not going
to be Parvati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, last night and tonight, more last night was their chance to get Parvati out, but they didn't take it. They just focused too much on Tommy. Yeah. Yeah. But
and I think just because they were scared about hitting her idol.
Yeah, which she didn't end up playing, but yeah.
It's weird. We've actually had very few... Well, have we actually had an idol played properly? I'm trying to think now.
Only by Cass, that's it.
Who played it for Lisa?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only one, right?
Yes.
Luke held his the whole way through. The advantage got torn up.
Oh yeah, let's
It's
talk
going to
about
be
that.
meaningless soon anyway, because I don't. Usually, what will happen is after the next tribal, the idol can't be played anymore.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
I saw a
let's.
few people online saying, well, you know, could it still be played anyway? If you got it together, the two pieces together, you could, but it doesn't mean anything anyway. Like it would need both of them to say yes to it, and they're the only two people with an idol. They're not going to give another idol out at this point.
Mm,
It's sort of it doesn't really mean anything.
yeah. Well, it would only make sense now for Luke to play his idol tomorrow night because he won't be able to
Mm,
play it after that. Which means he and Parvati are definitely going through to the final three. Final three.
mm. And
That's
if I
how
were
it'll work,
him,
right? Is that right? Oh no, because on the
yeah.
final night there'll be four, and I'll vote one person out. So actually, no, I'm wrong.
And often what would happen as well is that you don't necessarily take your buddy all the way.
Hmm.
In the last US season, there was it was a particularly strong sort of sense of this, where it's like there were two people that essentially who were allied all game, who essentially said to each other, "We are going to cannibalize each other's votes. It only, one of us needs to go and the other needs to stay.
Hmm.
There's no point the two of us going to the end because the people who are going to vote for either one of us, we're basically splitting those people." So when Luke talks about going crazy, I don't think he's going crazy going after Parvati. Potentially he could be trying to get a name on his resume with Suri, but possibly the thing you should do is just vote out Janine and have Janine vote for him at the end, rather than take her through to a final three with Parvati.
So let's talk
Depending on
about
who wins the challenge,
the
of course.
note, Parvati's note. So it's at one stage tonight. Luke went to it and just basically said, "Yeah, I've got an idol."
Baffling.
And but his whole thing was like, "Look, I want to go to the final three with you. So I'm telling you, I've got an idol, and I want you to tear up your note." Basically, that was the gist of it. And I thought that's an interesting way to put it. But then she didn't tear up the note, and then so it's
Yeah.
like, well, no, what have I done?
When he did that, when we saw he did that in the preview, I thought he has to be trying something. He must have something else up his sleeve.
We gave him way too much
Seemingly,
credit.
he didn't. And then I
Then
thought,
he-
no, she won't. She won't do this. Like she's sort of got him on the hook there, but then she didn't. But I think maybe she was thinking, well, if I burn him here, there's no way he's going to vote for me at the end. And who cares if I bring him? I'm going to beat him. Like the guy's got one vote right. He's. I don't think she's scared of him. Basically.
Okay, yeah. So he later on, after he realizes, oh, she's not going to tear it up. Oh, shit, what am I going to do? He just goes and has another chat with her, and he actually just taps her on the back of the
Whines,
leg,
basically.
and he says, "Oh, please, 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 can you come on, please for me?"
Yeah.
And
He's
she's
like
like,
an
"Okay,
8-year-old.
fine. I'll tear it in half, and you have half, and I have the other half." So that's like his guarantee. Because she was really wishy-washy about it up until that point, and he's like, "No, I need something certain."
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was
she
pretty
did it.
surprised that she did it, but thinking on it some more, I think she's just not scared of him, and it just meant that, she knew, as long as she knew that he wasn't going after her tonight, she was
and
fine.
he said he wasn't, and it's in my eyes, he looks sincere, so he seemed sincere.
He does get crazy eyes sometimes, though, like especially when the things are being said at tribal, and he starts going,
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a point like that when Lisa was talking. There wasn't really much else to talk about at camp, was there? No one really floated
not
Shonee
really.
at all as a person to vote.
Again, they're not scared of her. Well, actually, no. Someone said, one person, was it Lisa? Someone said something about, oh, you wouldn't want to leave Shonee, but I'm just thinking, well, yeah, she can flip. I guess that's one reason. She could definitely flip against you.
Oh, that's
but
right,
she's
because
not.
Lisa had a conversation with Shonee. That's right, yes, I'd forgotten about that.
I don't think she's done anything that would scare anyone for the end. And it's true, although she has played a lot, she's never actually made it all the way through to plead her case at a final tribal. But I just don't think she's going to do any damage there. I'm really struggling to think about how Parvati's not going to win it at this point, which is why like I'm a little bit down after that episode, even though it was Lisa that went, and Lisa probably wasn't. It was very unlikely that she was going to win either. I am a bit sad for Lisa too. Like she was a good entertainment. She was a different angle.
The fangirl. Yep.
Yeah. But having her totally on Cerise's side all season has like unbalanced things a little bit. There's plenty of other ways the game is not balanced, like the way all the Aussies sort of knew each other as well. Or
Well,
mostly.
the number of times that somebody would say something about Cerie and Lisa were there, and you just see Lisa go,
Yeah.
like, I don't think I'm going to do that.
I did really like her, but and I still like her, but in the end, it didn't sort of amount to much. She didn't sort of do too much move wise. I was really hoping there was going to be sort of a twist in the tail there. Or that maybe, Cerie and her and Shonee were going to just sort of totally blindside someone who thought they were safe. I mean, in the end, neither Luke or nor Parvati played an idol. And potentially, Cerie might have even known that was going to happen if there was any conversation between her and Parvati about it. You know, there's heaps of their conversation we never see.
Yeah.
So it seems like there was an opportunity to do something, and maybe that just leaves Cerie in a place where she's not going to go any further. But also, I feel like with what she did, she's not really playing to win anyway.
I'm curious.
She hasn't taken a shot. So if she's not playing to win,
yeah,
but playing with Parvati, and Lisa's not really playing to win and playing with Cerie, it's
So so there's going to be 2 more votes out. So do you think that when there's 4, they'll say you can't use idols anymore?
Yeah, usually. Yep.
Okay, so they would have to use their idol tomorrow night, guaranteed.
Yep.
Which means there's no way they can stop Parvati.
Yeah.
So even if Cerie decided, okay, that's it, I'm going to flip on Parvati and get rid of her.
Yeah, it's too late. They needed to do it last night, basically.
Yeah, and there's one of the things that has sort of annoyed me and just perplexed me as well about this season. Well, what am I saying? This season, like I've watched other ones. But it's just that they seem to go after weak players too often.
Yeah, there's definitely this whole idea of the shield, and but yeah, it was quite dynamic in the first half. Like they definitely went after big players early on, but yeah, it has sort of petered out a little bit. I mean, well, that's not true. I shouldn't say that. Last night they voted out Cass, who I felt was actually a real chance, and Tommy was still an outside chance apart from the edit. So she definitely that was a big one. But Parvati bluffing Cass was massive, and she was really unlucky, I think, to go out like that.
Yeah, especially playing her idol on someone else, and it's just like,
and you cannot blame her at all. Like it's just. Like I was explaining after we finished yesterday, there's no way that she that type of idol hasn't been really used before. Not quite like that. Apart from the last season of Australia, which hadn't aired at the time that they were filming this.
So it's perhaps that they didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, there's been sort of similar, but sort of, I could be wrong, as with all of this, but there's been similar but slightly weaker versions of it a number of times in the US. But
a pretty uneventful episode.
Yep. Bye to Lisa. We're down to 5.
So we saw in the
preview to go.
Saw in the preview for the next episode that Janine's basically saying to Luke, do you have an idol? And he's telling her no, even though he does have an idol. So, I mean, what?
I don't know why he's doing that.
I think he's probably planning to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would he not just say it anyway? The only reason would be if he just doesn't want to hear her pleading for him to play it on her, I guess. Yeah. But he just say, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a bit weird too, I think.
But it could just be a trick of editing, you know. It could be that we don't know the situation, actually. Like
The only other
night.
reason might be if he then goes on to win the challenge. Because if he wins the challenge and still has an idol, and she's then saying, "Oh, do you have an idol that you could give to me, seeing as you're immune?" That would make sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's episode 8?
8.
8 in the can. Yeah, there we go. All right. Until tomorrow night, my friends.
All right. See ya.
Bye.